Danger in My Heart is one of the best romance animes ever created. It's so sweet that it practically gives me diabetes and I barely eat any sugary things. The anime is about a short boy getting the tall girl, the extrovert loving the introvert, enemies to lovers. Anyways, you get the idea. But it's not like the romance anime that adds unnecessary drama, stupid plot points to extend the story. I'm looking at Rent a Girlfriend. And the MC is not a wimp. I hate when the author makes a dense MC so they can continue the story for 500 million chapters, and I have to sit there reading to get the last bit of satisfaction for when they get together. It's crazy when the author is able to get me so hooked to a story that I willingly torture myself, but that's few and rare. The Danger in My Heart skips all the bullshit, but makes it so the progression seems kind of natural in the anime setting. Like Ichikawa starts his parasocial relationship with Yamada by hating her to death, literally and metaphorically. He doesn't appreciate the flashy, mature, and aloof character, yet he always has his eye on Yamada, always plays along with her tactics, looks out for her, and begins to love her early on in the anime. Yamada, on the other hand, is just busy eating all the snacks to care about Ichikawa early on, but she begins to love him afterwards when she realizes how thoughtful he actually is. It's not like those romance animes that have a chance encounter where the male lead is nice to a female lead once and she instantly falls in love with him. Or one of the romance anime where the MC talks to the female lead once during their childhood and she remembers him like 10 years later and still loves him. With the moments that Yamada and Ichikawa share together, it makes sense why they fall in love with each other. They help each other out in times of need, they comfort each other, and they have so many cute, wholesome moments that literally melts the heart. These moments are before they even start dating. They're practically married by the time they start dating though. But of course, you can't have a romance anime with no drama. The drama in this is not bad drama though. I would say it's actually pretty healthy for young couples to work these type of things out. Like when Ichikawa avoided Yamada because he felt like he was being used, or when Yamada felt a sense of guilt when she lost the Akita dog chain. The insecurities and emotions feel so real because that's usually how misunderstandings occur. Judging if someone is just being nice is a front, not wanting to confront the problem because they're scared of the consequences, or even being scared because you don't know if you are entertaining or not. These are real problems that people deal with. These problems add to the depths of their character and really fleshes them out nicely. And that's not even the part that gives you diabetes. Every interaction that Yamada and Ichikawa have is so wholesome. Some actions are so subtle, but they're so sweet. Like when Ichikawa fakes his death after shooting fake zombie Yamada, or when Yamada uses her hand to help complete Ichikawa's bow during New Year's. Like, how does the author think of these things? This anime makes me squeal like I'm a high school girl, but it's just too good. I will stand on this hill that Danger in My Heart is the greatest romance anime ever created. If you say otherwise, I'm sorry, you are wrong. First, we'll start with the main cast, Ichikawa and Yamada. When I first saw this manga, I wasn't that into it. I just caught up to Oshinoko and I was kind of tired of that edgy main character. But I was wrong. Ichikawa may be edgy, but he's mature. Unlike Aqua, who despite having 30 plus more years on the other characters, acts like he's a buffoon. Ichikawa is a smooth operator who's not dense. He doesn't even realize his actions are raising Yamada's affection bar, yet he is super self-aware. He reflects on his actions and thinks them over many times. I guess part of his dense romantic nature is because he has an inferiority complex. When he was young, this guy was balling out on everyone else. He would brag the first chance he got. But when his friends made it into a good school and he didn't, he realized he wasn't as smart as he led on to be. Though cocky Ichikawa is a time everyone can relate to. In elementary school, I knew the elite athletes and students would never shut up about being the best at what they do. Though my school had participation awards, so I guess it wasn't that bad. But it just goes to show how he has matured from his elementary school days. He even gets embarrassed when he thinks back on it, which is something you don't see in a lot of animes. He takes accountability for his actions, and he moves forward with the lessons he learns. Many anime like to gloss over this aspect, so they can just jump straight into the action. And many people in real life lack the ability to take accountability, often shifting the blame to other people. When you realize how mature that is, you start to respect the character more. Although he is kinda mature for his age, he still has that teenage self-doubt, which is both relatable and funny. The first episode where he goes through a Chinibu phase about killing Yamada is a prime example. It's important to note he didn't actually want to kill Yamada. It was more so the fact that Yamada was the complete opposite of him at first glance. She's outgoing, she's aloof, she's messy, she's tall, and she's not the brightest. But when you actually get to know her, they are more similar than he initially thought, which is such a nice touch because you never know someone until you actually speak with them. If he didn't clear the misconception, his hatred would have never faded. His murderous impulses are much more complex and lie more in him projecting rather than the characters themselves. He wanted to hate Yamada because it's something he could never obtain. He wanted a reason to give up, so it didn't end up being his own cowardice. What I like most about Ichikawa is that he's protective and not possessive. Even though he hates Yamada, he still protects her by throwing his $1,200 bike at the pickup artist. But he also knows when to back off because he knows Yamada cares a lot about her career. So even though she might have to kiss someone in a show, he doesn't say don't do it. He actually encourages her. I think that's so sweet because that's not an easy task. Also, Ichikawa can use his brain and think, unlike all the other anime MCs who only think of woman, harem, and body. He's not the ideal dreamboat like Gojo, but he's thoughtful and he's genuine. A hidden gem, as some may call it. Now, Yamada is the complete opposite in terms of appearance. She's the person people would fight over. I would fight for someone like that. But because she is so sought after, she's aware of people's intentions. She's not the smartest, but she has one of the highest emotional intelligence of the cast. She picks up on the subtlest cues, which makes some of the cutest moments between the couple. Yamada is a great female lead because she has depth to her character, something that many animes should pick up on. The female lead isn't some eye candy for the audience. Contrary to her outgoing personality, she actually worries a lot about her friends, her family, and her co-workers. We first see this when she starts crying after getting hit by a basketball. It's the first time Ichikawa sees that she's not a perfect princess, but actually very human. She doesn't want other people to be worried about her, but she worries so much about other people. Like, come on, you can't do this to me. Don't make me get into my feels. That's why they complete each other so well, which I will get into. Yamada also has an inferiority complex that's rooted in her failing at everything she tries. Her success came from her parents, and that's what saves her from becoming Ichikawa. She also has an amazing support system in her parents. But because this is the one thing she's good at, she works the hell out of her job, and she also eats a lot. What I like about her character is that she will get what she wants. She was pursuing Ichikawa like a predator catching her prey, yet she's too scared to make that final jump. I think it's so sweet that she gave up on everything but her career because she was good at it. But she didn't give up on Ichikawa after he got mad at her for using him. She's not good at conveying her feelings, but after this point, she realizes how fragile the relationship actually is. She becomes bolder and actually takes a leap in the relationship rather than Ichikawa. And that's the beauty of a relationship. Love is a war. Each interaction is like feeling each other out to see if the feelings are mutual, which gets us into the most important aspect of the best romance of all time, their relationship dynamic. As I said before, Yamada is very altruistic. She cares a lot about the people around her. On the other hand, Ichikawa is a selfish person who really only cares about himself, which is why this guy's a loner going into the first season. Now, why do they complete each other so perfectly? It's because Yamada needed to learn that she doesn't have to suffer for the sake of other people, and Ichikawa needed to learn that there's a world beyond his mind and internal dialogue. So Ichikawa fills in the role of caring for her when she's too focused on caring for other people, and Yamada fills in the role of showing him a world beyond his Chinibu impulses, which leads to the majestic confession, which is the best confession that I could have ever asked for. No drama, no BS, just straight up love. I was so happy when they confessed. I knew it was going to happen because I read the manga, but the anime adapted it so well. Even their little interactions are so cute, man. Ichikawa, the smart introvert, and Yamada, the aloof extrovert. Their opposite personalities make each interactions have their own uniqueness to it. I will glaze the hell out of it. I don't care. Their progression from classmates to lovers is natural as well. Like Ichikawa and Yamada's reactions aren't over the top. They're both comfortable in each other's presents and they are each other's best friends. It's so cute that every scene raises my sugar levels. It is undoubtedly the best romance anime of all time. And if you agree, like and subscribe, and see you later.